What's up, guys? Cody with Sonic Electronics here. We're at the Kicker booth at SEMA 2024. We've got Aaron from Kicker, the product expert. He's going to take us through what their new offerings are at the Kicker Marine Audio section.
So Cody, we've got some premium marine that we're introducing here at SEMA. This product is above anything we've ever done in the marine category before in terms of sound quality, performance. Amazing product. We now offer a true component system for marine.
Nice.
Now you might be wondering, why do I need a component tweeter in a boat?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, sound quality. For a premium marine product, sound is the most important. So taking the tweeter off of the mid-range allows the mid-range to have a smoother, more natural frequency response because that tweeter is not blocking part of the mid-range driver. So that's one benefit of the component. In addition, I can now place the tweeter in the boat where it's best suited sonically for the ears, because high frequencies are very directional, like a flashlight versus a floodlight. So if I can put this up higher and aim it towards the listener, I get better sound quality.
Absolutely.
Now, if you don't have the opportunity or the position to put in a component, we do also have the same thing in a coax. They both feature the same 28mm Teteron dome tweeter. Teteron, fancy word, right? So Teteron is a perfect marine tweeter material because it gives you the sound quality of a smooth silk dome, but without adding the downsides. So it is UV stable, which means in the direct sunlight, it's not going to deteriorate and fall apart.
Awesome.
Also, it's what we call hydrophobic, which means water will not even touch it. It just runs right off, like a raincoat.
Nice.
So it's the perfect material for a high quality tweeter. Then the cone itself is a polycarbonate cone that is infused with, I already said it, what's infused with. It's a polycarbonate cone with carbon in it. So that makes it very light and very strong, which gives us better sound quality, less distortion.
Very nice.
Now, we learned a lot of tricks when it came to these giant KMTC 11-inch high output horns. These have been around for a couple of years, but one of the things we learned was really high-powered speakers in the marine environment, when you're using composite plastic-like materials, they have a tendency to melt from that extreme heat. So the baskets on these speakers, just like the KMTC 9s and 11s, we're using a glass-infused nylon, so it's much more stable in high heat, also non-corrosive. So the speaker itself is completely sealed, so moisture cannot affect it. Now, we also have what's called an ISO 12216 rating. That means that this speaker will not allow water to pass through the cone if the boat should be taking on water. It's the same rating that hatches and windows have in yachts and boats. So water is not going to come into the boat through the speaker. So these are a great sounding speaker, high power handling, 100 watts RMS here, 200 on the 8-inch. Comes in two sizes, 6.5 and 8-inch.
Okay.
So that's the coax and components. Now, of course, Kicker's known for great sub bass, right?
Of course.
Come on down here. Let's check out this new subwoofer. Not every boat has space for a huge subwoofer system.
Yeah.
So we can give you great sub bass response in a tight package. We're using one of our new premium marine 10-inch subwoofers and a bass reflex or passive radiator. The benefit of this configuration is it's physically smaller than a ported enclosure, but with the same great bass response that you'd expect, because that passive radiator acts like a port, but water can't get into it to damage the backside of the woofer.
Perfect.
So this enclosure is a rotomolded high-density polyethylene, which means it's UV stable, very sturdy, it's not going to change color, it's not going to leak or distort with many years of use. So great sub-bass response in a slim package. Now this can also be mounted down firing, forward firing, or up firing.
Nice.
So whatever works best and sounds best in your installation, it's included in the package. So you get a full range sound, subwoofers, mids and highs, and of course amplifiers to drive it. KXMA amplifiers are our premium marine amplifiers, and that's what's driving this system. The 1200.2 is powering the tower system, and the 900.5 is powering all the mids and highs and the subwoofer.
Nice. So with all the speakers, I see they have the nice RGB LED lighting. How is that a control? Do you have a controller that you offer? Or?
So these actually have RGB W. The W stands for white. It's a true white. In a traditional RGB, the white is actually kind of a bluish tint.
Yeah. With
a true white, it's more of like an incandescent, like a light bulb in your house.
Yeah.
So we've added that to the premium marine lineup. And that is controlled by our typical controller, our regular controller.
Nice. Awesome. And then lastly, I saw the source unit we have here. What's going on with this? So you mentioned you did a bit of a refresh, or
Yes. So this is the KMC4. It's been in our lineup for a couple of years. It's a great marine source unit with 2 zones. The second zone allows you to control the volume of your tower system independently. So for example, if there's no one behind you on the boat and you just want to listen to music in the boat, you can turn down the towers separately from the rest of the mids and the highs.
Oh, nice.
Or in a lot of the bigger boats, you've got different zones. So for example, you've got a swim deck where the kids are swimming, hooting and hollering, making a lot of noise, so you can turn that volume up high. But I'm having a cocktail with my wife in the front of the boat, and I just want to have a conversation. So I can turn the volume down separately, front to back.
That's awesome.
That's what that Zone 2 does for us.
Wow.
Now, what we added to this KMC4 is we added a hands-free microphone. We've been getting a lot of requests for this. A lot of guys are putting these in side-by-sides, UTVs, ATVs, off-road vehicles.
Yeah.
So we've added a hands-free microphone, so you can now do hands-free calling from our marine radio.
Nice.
So it's a great source unit to use in virtually any installation, any environment.
Awesome. Well, thank you for walking us through it all.
You're welcome.
This has been Eric with Kicker, or Eric.
It's all right, Cody.
This has been Aaron with Kicker. Just a quick recap. We have the MSS premium components, the MSC coax, we have the KMXL 905 and the 1202, and then the marine subwoofer at the bottom being the MWLE 104, and then the marine towers,
KMTC 11.
KMTC 11.
Right.
So if you're interested in learning more, be sure to check out Kicker's website. Hop on over to sonicelectronics.com to pick up some really cool gear for your boat, and we'll see you guys in the next one.